If there were any positives to the start of this season for United playing Fulham, they're all gone. That right there against Liverpool was a complete defeat. We just got utterly dismantled by Liverpool. That's like a soul-destroyingly bad performance from United. And for us to do that against Liverpool, after the positive that this transfer window has been, the football structure's in place, people behind the scenes, they're doing the work. Now we need to see the improvements on the pitch, and tactically we were just awful there today. I'm going to speak about Casemiro in a bit, but you'd be mad to just think Casemiro comes out of that game and Ugarte goes in and everything would have been fine. We still can't play out from the back with the ball. We offered absolutely nothing in attack, really, until Ahmad came off the bench. We could not progress the ball through the middle of the pitch. It was so easy for Liverpool to defend against it. That was just awful in every single regard. And Casemiro, rightly, should be massively criticised and shouldn't really be starting for Manchester United again in the Premier League when Ugarte's fit. But even Mainu in that game, everybody shot of confidence. The 2 goals were absolutely shocking, by the way. All right. No pressure on Casemiro whatsoever for the pass that he just decided to give to Liverpool. Boom, they go and score from it. And the second, and this has been pissing me off for so long with Casemiro, the lack of awareness that this guy, a multi-Champions League winner, has is unreal. He just gets caught over the shoulder so often, it's painful. But that there, right, into his 3rd season. After what happened last season, it was, the worst we've ever played in the Premier League? Certainly our worst season in the Premier League. And Jim Ratcliffe sitting there at Old Trafford thinking, right, we've done all that we can do off the pitch. With Barada, with Ashworth, we've got Van Nistelrooy and we've got Hakim, we've got a new structure, a new environment. Now let's start to see progression. And I thought there was some progression against Fulham. Not perfect, far from it. Brighton, I think there were even positive to take from that. And we were very unlucky with that offside goal. But there's nothing there that I can take. Absolutely nothing. 30, 40,000 fans had left Old Trafford. And for Erik ten Hag, who for so many fans still, there are question marks, that there was more than a bruising defeat. That was like a sobering performance. Because as I said, there are really no positives that I can take from that. The international break, it comes well timed for United. All right, we've got Southampton away, and I think Crystal Palace maybe away after that, and we've got Barnsley game wrapped in the middle. Ugarte needs to come into that midfield, but I can't look at that game there today and think, oh, you know what? If Ugarte was there and Casemiro wasn't, it would have been a different game. Now, of course, those 2 mistakes which directly led to both of Liverpool's goals wouldn't have happened, sure, but I'm looking everywhere on that pitch today. I'll speak about Marcus Rashford, but I could speak about anybody else. Bruno, Xerxes, Rashford. None of them had anything going for today. And Rashford is just the only bright spark that we had really in attack was Ahmad when he came off the bench. And I didn't know whether it should have been Garnacho or Rashford who started, no, Garnacho or Ahmad who started that game. And if we play Garnacho, then we've got to play the balls in behind. Get them over the top of Robertson and Trent and get Rashford and Garnacho running at Liverpool's defence. But we didn't do that. There were no balls in behind. There was no sort of spark. Xerxes had a couple of chances, a decent enough save from Alisson, and then Rashford's ball over to the back stick. But we're feeding off scraps here. We were feeding off scraps. And Ahmad, I think he had more touches in the opposition box in his cameo appearance than any other United player did who played the full 90 minutes. But even then, we still had no connection as a team. And that was Arne Slot's 3rd game as Liverpool manager. His first trip to Old Trafford. So many questions being asked about what's going to happen post-Klopp. Or will it be a post-Fergie situation? And to then let Liverpool do that to us at Old Trafford. That's shocking. It really is shocking. And as I said, I'm somebody who I will try and find, not like forcefully find a positive to try and hold on to, but I will always try and take something that you can improve on and build on for the next week. But there is sweet FA that I can take from that game. It really did feel like the end of Casemiro. I didn't need that game to know that Casemiro Shouldn't be a Manchester United player this season. I wanted him sold in the summer. This isn't Captain Hindsight speaking. It's about shaking hands and saying thank you so much for what you did in that year. Brilliant his first season. Should never have signed him. Never a replacement for De Jong. And it's going to be the long goodbye now. Death by 1,000 cuts. Casemiro this season. That's what it's going to be. But that there was spectacularly awful from Casemiro. Look, I thought our defence actually was... But we cannot play out from the back with the ball. Oh, Nana. What are you doing? It's so easy to stop United's progression. We need to be able to bait the press, to bring the opposition onto us and then play through it. But we just don't do it. Sideways, sideways, back, kick it long, misplaced pass, sideways, sideways. We're just not working as a team anywhere. And I think that's probably the biggest concern that I've got there today. That wasn't a game where we were in it at any point, right? That was a game where we just got brushed aside, and that cannot ever happen in these games. And if people had question marks about Erik ten Hag before the game, there's only going to be more questions asked about him. Now, can I quickly give a shout out to Toby Collier, because it was a tough environment for him to come into, 2-0 down, coming on for Casemiro, who had a shocker, an absolute shocker, but he played well. Credit to him. But we need this international break. It's going to be a moody couple of weeks now among United fans. But we're now 6 points behind Liverpool. We're 6 points behind City after 3 games. And we didn't just lose there. We had nothing. We were a limp noodle going forward. And it was punishing to watch. And it's going to have an impact. You've got Jim Ratcliffe sitting there. He's in Old Trafford. And as I said, all the groundwork has been done this summer. The